Don't ever show your face again. You're dead to us, Mom texted after I refused to pay for my sister's $85,000 business course. I replied, "You just cut yourselves off." That same night, I closed every account and stopped paying for the condo in my name. By morning, their cards were declined and their voicemails went unanswered. "Don't ever show your face again. You're dead to us," Mom said, her voice shaking but sharp enough to cut through me. The phone was on speaker, echoing through my small apartment like a verdict. I stared at the screen, her name flashing, her anger glowing red. "I'm not paying for Emery's business course, Mom," I said flatly. $85,000 for an online scam? No. "You've changed, Adam," she snapped. "You think you're better than us because you make money now?" Dad's muffled voice came through in the background. Something about ungrateful kids. And then my sister's voice, high and practiced. "You said family helps family. Guess that doesn't apply when you're the selfish one." I almost laughed. The selfish one. My hand trembled slightly, but I kept my voice calm. "Family doesn't mean I keep paying your bills." There was silence, the kind that makes you feel like the whole world's holding its breath. Then Mom delivered the line that finally broke it all. "If you walk away from this, don't come back. You're not our son anymore." I stared at the phone, my reflection in the black screen. "You just cut yourselves off," I whispered, and hung up. That night, I closed every joint account, canceled the cards, and stopped payments on the condo they lived in under my name. By morning, their cards would decline, and for once, I wouldn't answer their calls. But I wasn't angry, just done. Still, a part of me whispered, "You were never supposed to be the villain, were you?" My name's Adam Corbin. I'm 26. For most of my life, I've been the quiet one, the kid who did everything right and still got blamed when things went wrong. They used to call me steady. I think they meant useful. When I started working in IT right after college, I sent money home every month. They said they were struggling. I believed them. I paid the mortgage, Mom's car, Emery's tuition, even Dad's gambling debts. Silence was my currency, and I spent it freely. I guess part of me thought they'd see me someday, not just what I could give. But people don't notice what's steady. They notice what stops. Dad's 58, stubborn, loud, and allergic to accountability. Mom's 54, soft-spoken until she's not. Her guilt always wears the face of anger. And Emery, 23, bright but spoiled, the kind of person who's never been told no without backup arriving behind her. When I told them I wouldn't pay, Emery threw her cup across the room. It shattered, coffee dripping down the white wall like slow blood. "After everything we've done for you," she yelled. I looked at her. "What exactly have you done for me?" She froze. Mom stepped in fast like she always did, protecting the favorite. "Don't talk to her like that." I just smiled. "Right. I forgot how this works." And that's when I saw it. The flicker in Dad's eyes. The one he gets when he's hiding something. He looked at Mom, then away. There was something they weren't saying. The next day, they showed up at my apartment, no knocking. Dad just barged in, shouting, "You think cutting us off makes you a man? You owe this family?" "I don't owe you anything," I said. Mom started crying. "We're your parents, Adam." I kept my tone even. "You mean the same parents who used my credit to buy the condo? The ones who said it was just temporary?" The room went silent. Emery looked down, her face pale. Mom stammered, We meant to tell you." I took a step closer. "No, you meant to keep using me until I caught on." Dad slammed his fist on the counter. "You're being dramatic." I laughed once, short and bitter. "Dramatic? You forged my signature, Dad." He froze. Even Emery looked at him then. I could see it unraveling, their roles falling apart. Mom's voice cracked. "He did it for us, Adam. We just needed time." Dad's jaw tightened, but he didn't deny it. And Emery whispered, "You said he agreed." They all looked at each other. It was like watching a house of cards collapse in slow motion. I said quietly, "You always talk about family loyalty, but loyalty doesn't mean letting you rob me blind." And then I realized they weren't shocked I knew. They were shocked I finally said it. That's when Dad muttered under his breath, "You were never meant to find out." Flashback. I was 19. Dad lost his job and we almost lost the house. I dropped out of college for a year to work nights at a warehouse. He said he'd pay me back. He never did. But that wasn't what broke me. It was the day I overheard Mom say to a neighbor, "Adam's fine. He doesn't need much. He's used to disappointment." That's when I learned silence doesn't protect you. It just teaches people how to ignore you. So when I found out they'd used my name to buy a condo, I didn't explode. I just waited. Because I knew. The moment I stopped feeding their comfort, the truth would starve its way out. When I exposed it, Mom finally snapped. "We had no choice. Your father—" "Don't," I interrupted softly. "Don't make excuses for him." Emery started crying. "We didn't mean to hurt you, Adam." "You just did it anyway," I said. Dad turned his back, muttering, "You always thought you were better than us." And I said, "No, I just stopped letting you make me smaller." He turned, face red, veins visible. "You're not family anymore." And I smiled, not out of cruelty, but freedom. "I stopped being family the day you made me your safety net." Mom collapsed into a chair, sobbing. Emery whispered, "What happens now?" I said, "Now? You learn to live without me." By morning, the condo payments were frozen. Their phones were cut off, and I didn't answer their calls. But when the first voicemail came through, Mom's voice breaking, Dad's quiet breathing in the background, I listened. She said, "You ruined us." And I whispered to the empty room, "No, Mom. I just stopped saving you." The silence that followed was peaceful, like air after a storm. A week later, Emery showed up alone. Her makeup was smudged, her eyes tired. "I didn't know Dad forged your name," she said quietly. "I thought you agreed." I nodded. "You didn't want to know the truth." She looked down. "They're fighting. They might lose the condo." "They'll figure it out," I said. She hesitated. "You could fix it, you know." I looked at her for a long time. I already did. Something in her expression changed, like she finally understood that love isn't measured in money. Before she left, she said softly, "I'm sorry." And for once, I believed her. It's been 3 months since that night. They're still angry, still silent, but I sleep better. My apartment feels bigger, quieter, cleaner, like it's mine for the first time. I don't know if I'll ever forgive them. Maybe forgiveness isn't for them. Maybe it's for me. Because when I think about it, I didn't walk away out of hate. I walked away because staying meant dying a little every day. And I'm done dying for people who never noticed I was bleeding. For the first time, I don't carry their weight anymore. Just my own. And it's finally enough. If you were in my place, would you forgive, or would you walk away forever? Tell me in the comments. Your voice matters here. Like if you've ever been the quiet one who finally spoke up. Subscribe for more stories that remind you. Silence doesn't mean weakness. It means you were just waiting for the right time to speak.